Welcome. In front of me I have the Xiaomi 15T Pro, and today I will show you how you can record a screen on this device. So, to get started, let's pull down our notifications by swiping down from the top right side of the screen, which actually gives us the toggles instead of notifications. And here you'll find a screen recording toggle. Now, there's a bunch of them and there's no names for them. I know which one it is, but if you're struggling with finding it, you can actually click on the edit and this adds names for them. And you can see here we have the screen recorder. Anyway, so once you see it, first time around you can actually hold it and this will take you to the settings so you can see how it is set by default. And it looks like the video quality right here for recording is set to 16 megabits per second, auto orientation, and basically a little over 1080p resolution, which you can change it to 720 or 480. God, you should never do that one. Anyway, below that we have sound settings. So we have system recorded right here and frame rate. This is another thing that I recommend changing. Frame rate, 24 frames. Believe it or not, it's not cinematic. So I recommend changing it to 60. Now for instance, videos like I make, I could record the screen at 24 and it wouldn't really matter that much, but it still will look much better at 60 when I'm scrolling up and down, where it just looks much smoother. So in general, I do recommend changing it to 60. Now there's also a 90 option, as you can see, but for the most part this will kind of go unnoticed. And if you're planning to use this kind of footage in, for instance, YouTube, then this will not have any kind of impact, as YouTube allows a 60 frames per second videos, not 90. So it will reduce it anyway. So this will basically be kind of redundant. Now, one thing that I also want to talk about and go back to is the video quality, the 16 megabits. So typically you'd expect that by increasing things like the resolution to high and frame rate, the recording would take more storage. Well, it wouldn't, because this actually defines how much storage it takes per second. And as you can see, it's 16 megabits per second. That's how much storage it will take. Now, you do want to match this to basically what could be considered like a sweet spot, so you don't have any kind of weird artifacting. And you can go as low as 1 megabit per second or as high as 100. Now, past like 32, I think it's just diminishing return. You won't really see a difference. But from like 1 to 16, you should. And 16 is actually pretty good. You can change it to 24. These still will take some storage that you can probably feel, but it shouldn't be that bad. A minute of recording will take like maybe a gigabyte. We'll see. So right now 24. I think this should be good and there shouldn't be any artifacting. So let's start the recording by just tapping on a toggle. Brings up this window right here, letting me actually access the settings right here. You can also access the folder which contains all the screen recordings I have captured, along with having the record button. So now I can open up any kind of application and look at that, we have Spotify as an app that I can showcase. Oh, you came installed here, you sucker. You're gonna be thrown under the bus, you piece of shit. Anyway, so here we have Spotify. You can clearly see it, at least on the recording on YouTube right now, but the screen recorder, well, it won't be able to see this. Now just to show you other applications that should work, let's go to here, accept to you. Sure, allow, whatever. There we go. So you can see we have some content here actually visible, and this will be visible on the screen recording. So once you're done recording, you can click the overlay in red square, and this will save your screen recording to your gallery application or this folder. Technically it's a single file, just right here. It's easiest way to see it. As you can see, there it is with just one. But like I said, we could also navigate to our... God, I'm struggling to define these icons. Okay, there we go, gallery. And in here, you can navigate to the second tab, and you will see screen. Now this is screenshots and screen recordings, but it's just kind of cut out, but let's click on it. And you can see we have screenshots and again, cut out, but once you're in here, you by default will not see your screen recording because it's in a second tab. you can see it's divided by screenshots and the other being screen recordings. So you can click right here, and it's a super nice organized location, so you will see only screen recordings in here, which makes it nice and easy to locate what you might be looking for. Now, playing it back, you'll see that Spotify will not be recorded, which is ironic considering it's blocking me from for piracy reasons, I would presume, which is ironic because, well, Spotify came to fruition out of piracy. Seems a bit hypocritical. So here it is. That was where we had that login page, and I can see absolutely jack shit here. And just to kind of give you a little heads up, you can record all kinds of applications, things like Netflix, Hulu, and other ones with a screen recorder. Just not the actual applications themselves. You have to find the alternative of them, like CloudStream. Now, if you're wondering about implications of like piracy and other things, don't worry. CloudStream is just a platform. It's like a browser, but just differently organized. So if you search, for instance, for things like, I don't know, watch Morbius online, and you do it through your browser, it shows up on a website, and you can watch it there through the web browser, right? So CloudStream basically works the same way. It just allows you to add repositories, which are just specific locations where the application will be looking for this content. But in itself, it's just a tool to help you find this content, just like browser is. So it's not piracy. And you also don't download this. So that's another positive. So you can check that out. And hey, guess what? That application doesn't block you from recording it. Now, one more thing that I wanted to check right here was the size. So let's click on the, no, not this. Where's the size? How do I view it here? Oh, details, there we go. And you can see that or below 1 minute, took like 40 something seconds, is 51 megabytes. So it's actually very manageable right here. Now, 1 megabyte would take significantly less, like 7 megs maybe. Sorry, one minute would take like 7 megabytes. So it's a significant decrease in terms of storage, but it will also be visibly kind of downgraded. So also, if you change it to like 100, that would be, I believe, about a half a gigabyte or so in size for a single minute. So anyway, here it is. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.